Today, we're ranking the best point guard from every NBA team for the 2026 to 27 season. We're considering what each player did last year, what they've proven throughout their career, their health, age, potential, and what I expect from them next season. Injured players are still included, as long as the injury isn't expected to completely change their career. So, let's get started with number 30. At number 30, we've got the Sacramento Kings with Darius Acuff Jr. There's really not much to say here, because he hasn't played an NBA game yet. Acuff is a talented scorer and could eventually become Sacramento's long-term point guard, but until we actually see him against NBA competition, he has to start at the bottom. Number 29 goes to the Brooklyn Nets with Igor Demon. Demon has excellent size for a point guard and already looks like a naturally gifted passer, but he's still young, unproven, and needs to become a much more reliable scorer before he can move any higher. At 28, we've got the Memphis Grizzlies with Scottie Pippen Jr. He's a solid passer, a competitive defender, and someone who can keep an offense organized without making too many mistakes. But right now, he looks more like a dependable role player than a future star. Number 27 goes to the Miami Heat with Davion Mitchell. Mitchell can make life difficult for almost anyone he guards, and his point-of-attack defense is easily his greatest strength. But as we've seen with plenty of defensive specialists, defense alone can only take you so far. His limited scoring and playmaking keep him near the bottom. At number 26, we have the Atlanta Hawks with CJ McCollum. He can still create his own shot and give Atlanta reliable scoring, but he's getting older and has always been more of a shooting guard than a true point guard. He should still be productive, just nowhere near the level of the top guards on this list. At number 25, we've got the Milwaukee Bucks with Ryan Rollins. Rollins surprised a lot of people with the progress he made last season, and for the first time, he started looking like someone who could become a legitimate full-time starter. He has scoring ability, competes defensively, and should get an even bigger opportunity next year. But one encouraging season isn't enough to move him much higher just yet. Number 24 goes to the Houston Rockets with Fred VanVleet. A healthy VanVleet would normally rank higher because he gives Houston leadership, shooting, defense, and steady playmaking. But he's now on the wrong side of 30 and returning from a major injury. At this stage, it's fair to question whether we'll ever see the best version of him again. At number 23, we have the Utah Jazz with Keyonte George. George can score, create his own shot, and occasionally look like a future star. The problem is that those great performances are usually mixed in with inefficient shooting, questionable decisions, and poor defense. The potential is there, but he still has a long way to go. At 22, we've got the Charlotte Hornets with Kobe White. White has become a very dangerous scorer and can completely change a game when his three-point shot gets hot. He's also improved as a ball handler and passer, but he still feels more like a scoring guard than someone who can completely control an offense. Number 21 goes to the Toronto Raptors with Immanuel Quickley. Quickley gives Toronto speed, shooting, and solid playmaking, and when he's healthy, he's a good starting point guard. The issue is that he still hasn't put together enough consistent basketball in that role. A healthy breakout year could move him several places higher. At number 20, we have the Orlando Magic with Jalen Suggs. Suggs is one of the best defensive guards in basketball and can change a game without scoring a single point. He pressures the ball, fights through screens, and brings the type of energy Orlando needs. But the injuries are becoming difficult to ignore, and he still hasn't developed into a dependable primary creator. If he stays healthy, though, he could easily outperform this ranking. At number 19, we've got the Chicago Bulls with Josh Giddey. Giddey came close to averaging a triple-double last season, which tells you how much he can affect a game as a rebounder and passer. At his size, he can grab the ball, immediately start the break, and seed passing angles most guards can't. But the shooting, defense, and turnovers still make him difficult to trust in important playoff situations. Number 18 goes to the New Orleans Pelicans with DeJounte Murray. Murray only played 14 games last season, so there wasn't really enough time to judge what his current level is. At his best, he can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. But after the injuries and inconsistent efficiency, there's no guarantee he immediately returns to being the player he was a few years ago. At number 17, we've got the Boston Celtics with Derek White. White is one of those players whose impact is much greater than his basic stats. He made first-team All-Defense, somehow averaged more than a block per game as a guard, and rarely makes a decision that hurts his team. He's one of the best complementary guards in basketball. He just isn't the type of player who can carry an entire offense by himself. At number 16, we have the San Antonio Spurs with De'Aaron Fox. Fox still had a strong season, averaging over 21 points and 7 assists, and his speed remains almost impossible to contain when he attacks downhill. But his shooting and defense are still inconsistent, and his role could become smaller alongside Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper. And honestly, I still hate him for that fumble in the finals. It felt like he cost the Spurs a championship, so number 16 is as high as I'm putting him. At number 15, we've got the Cleveland Cavaliers with James Harden. The fact that Harden was still putting up around 24 points and 8 assists at 36 years old is honestly ridiculous. He may not attack the basket like he used to, but he's still one of the smartest playmakers in basketball and knows exactly how to manipulate a defense. The problem is that he'll be 37 next season. His defense has declined, and eventually, age has to catch up with him. Number 14 goes to the Los Angeles Clippers with Darius Garland. Garland looked excellent when he was actually on the court for the Clippers, shooting nearly 44% from three and reminding everyone how dangerous he can be in the pick and roll. He can break defenders down, pull up from deep, and create easy shots for teammates. But injuries have repeatedly interrupted his momentum, and his size makes him a target defensively. A healthy season could put him near the top 10, but health is never guaranteed with Garland. At number 13, we've got the Portland Trail Blazers with Ja Morant. A few years ago, Ja would have easily ranked inside the top 10, but last season was rough. He played only 20 games, averaged fewer than 20 points, and shot just 23% from three. When healthy, he's still one of the most explosive players in the world and can completely collapse a defense with his first step. But availability, efficiency, and outside shooting all matter. Portland could give him the fresh start he needs, but until he proves he can stay healthy and return to his old level, I can't put him above Booker, Trey, or LaMelo. At number 12, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves with LaMelo Ball. LaMelo finally had a relatively healthy season, playing 72 games, and that alone is a major step forward considering his history. His numbers may not have been completely ridiculous, but he was playing fewer minutes and still averaged around 20 points and 7 assists while making nearly 4 threes per game. At 6'7", he has elite court vision, unlimited shooting range, and the ability to make passes very few players would even consider. Playing next to Anthony Edwards should also take pressure off him. If he stays healthy and improves defensively, this ranking could look way too low. Number 11 goes to the Washington Wizards with Trae Young. Trae only played 15 games last season, and his numbers were far below what we normally expect from him. But I'm not going to allow one injury-filled season to erase everything he has already proven. When healthy, Trae can give you close to 30 points and 10 assists, stretch a defense from almost anywhere, and create open shots for teammates at an elite level. Washington should give him complete control of the offense, which could lead to another huge statistical season. His defense and shot selection still hold him back, but offensively, he remains one of the best guards in basketball. Now entering the top 10, we've got the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker. Booker averaged just over 26 points last season and continued developing as the main organizer of Phoenix's offense. He may have spent most of his career at shooting guard, but if he's running the offense, then he belongs here. Booker is one of the most complete scorers in the league and can beat defenders at the rim, from mid-range, or behind the three-point line. He's not the passer Trae is, but he's more efficient, more dependable defensively, and much easier to build a balanced team around. At number 9, we have the Dallas Mavericks with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie missed the entire 2025-26 season while recovering from his ACL injury, so he's easily one of the hardest players to rank. But in his last healthy season, he joined the 50, 40, 90 conversation again and reminded everyone why he's one of the most skilled scorers in NBA history. His handles, finishing, footwork, and ability to make impossible shots allow him to score against almost anyone. The injury risk is real, and it may take time for him to look like himself again. But if Kyrie comes back healthy, I'm not ranking him below players who have never reached his level. Number 8 goes to the Denver Nuggets with Jamal Murray. Murray finally put together the dominant regular season people had been waiting for, averaging over 25 points and 7 assists while shooting an unbelievable 43% from three. His chemistry with Nikola Jokic still makes Denver's two-man game almost impossible to stop. Go under the screen, and Murray shoots. Chase him over it, and Jokic gets the ball in space. Switch it, and one of them attacks the mismatch. Murray has always been great in the playoffs, but now that his regular season production has caught up, he fully deserves this number 8 spot. At number 7, we've got the Indiana Pacers with Tyrese Haliburton. Haliburton missed the entire 2025-26 season after tearing his Achilles, but before the injury, he was averaging around 19 points and 9 assists on excellent efficiency. More importantly, he was producing over 5 assists for every turnover, which shows how controlled and intelligent his game really is. Haliburton plays fast without becoming careless, creates easy shots for everyone around him, and proved during Indiana's run to the finals that he can deliver in major moments. The injury creates uncertainty, but his game depends more on vision, shooting, and decision-making than explosive athleticism. If he returns close to his previous level, he's still a top 7 point guard. At number 6, we've got the Philadelphia 76ers with Tyrese Maxey. Maxey had the best season of his career, averaging over 28 points and earning third-team All-NBA honors. But what impressed me most wasn't just the scoring. It was how much better he became at controlling the offense. Earlier in his career, Maxey mainly used his speed to attack openings created by other stars. Now he can run pick and rolls, create for teammates, and carry the offense himself. He's still entering his prime, so there's a real chance we haven't even seen his best season yet. At number 5, we have the Detroit Pistons with Cade Cunningham. Cade finished just short of averaging 10 assists and led Detroit to the best record in the Eastern Conference, which would have sounded impossible only a few years ago. He also earned first-team All-NBA honors, officially confirming that he has become a superstar. Cade has the size to see over defenders, the strength to punish smaller guards, and the patience to control the pace of a game. He can score from every level, but his ability to create for everyone else is what makes him special. If he continues improving, an MVP season may not be far away. Number 4 goes to the Golden State Warriors with Stephen Curry. Curry still averaged close to 27 points and remained one of the league's most dangerous shooters, but he only played 43 games. That lack of availability is the only reason he isn't higher. Even at 38 years old, his shooting gravity changes every possession. Defenders have to follow him from the moment he crosses half court, and his movement creates opportunities even when he never touches the ball. When Curry is healthy, he can still take over any game and force an entire defense to abandon its normal strategy. But compared to the younger stars ahead of him, the health risk is becoming impossible to ignore. At number 3, we've got the New York Knicks with Jalen Brunson. Brunson put together another elite season, averaging around 26 points and 7 assists while earning his 3rd straight All-NBA selection. He isn't the tallest, fastest, or most athletic guard, but his footwork, balance, and ability to change speeds make him almost impossible to defend one-on-one. He can score at every level and becomes even more dangerous when the pressure rises. Curry may still have individual nights where he looks like the better player, but Brunson's age, availability, leadership, and recent playoff success give him the advantage entering 2026-27. At number 2, we have the Los Angeles Lakers with Luka Doncic. Luka led the league with more than 33 points per game, while still averaging over 8 assists and nearly 8 rebounds. But with Luka, the numbers almost stop feeling surprising because he makes this kind of production look normal. Smaller defenders can't handle his size, bigger defenders can't stay in front of him, and double teams usually create an open shot for someone else. He controls every part of an offense and can almost guarantee an elite scoring attack by himself. His defense, conditioning, and tendency to hold the ball are still weaknesses, but in most seasons, Luka would easily be number 1. But at number 1, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai averaged over 31 points on 55% shooting, won his 2nd consecutive MVP, and somehow made elite scoring look effortless. What separates him from most superstar guards is how controlled he always appears. He changes speeds, gets defenders off balance, and reaches his favorite spots without looking rushed. He can dominate at the rim, from mid-range, at the free throw line, and still provide strong defensive value on the other end. Luka may be a better passer, Steph is obviously a better shooter, and Brunson may have an argument in clutch situations. But Shai currently gives you the best combination of scoring, efficiency, defense, consistency, and availability. Until someone takes the position away from him, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the best point guard in basketball.